Hello, Oilers fans. Welcome to the post-game recap of the Oilers' 5-2 loss to the Chicago Blackhawks on Hockey Night in Canada. I can't believe they're going to do that to us on Thanksgiving weekend, the first Hockey Night in Canada of the year. The Oilers lose 5-2, and for the most part, I didn't actually think they played amazing. I didn't think they played poor enough to lose, but I didn't think they played good enough to win. If you caught the live stream tonight, we had so much fun with the commentary. I do apologize if I look a little sweaty and I sound a little raspy. I am starting to lose my voice. I did a live stream on this channel, and then I did a post-game show on Game Over Edmonton's YouTube channel, which you can check out with the link in the description below. They're almost at 100 subscribers. We're going to try and get them there. Game Over Network is something that I'm very passionate about, very enthusiastic about, and I will also be doing a post-game live stream after the game against the Flames tomorrow. But for now, we're going to talk about the Oilers against the Blackhawks tonight. The Oilers outshot Chicago 38-20. They outchanced them. High danger chances were 11-1 at even strength, according to Natural Stat Trick. But the Oilers didn't really push the play until they were down a significant margin in the third period. The turning point of the game, the story of the game for me was in the second. Corey Perry ties the game at 1. And then Connor McDavid gets called for, at the time, what I thought was a very weak penalty. I did not understand what the call was because, in my view, based on what I was watching, it looked like he was checked into the boards and fell, and then they gave him a roughing penalty. I was like, why is that a roughing penalty? On replay, from another angle, McDavid, he does wrap his arm around the defender, and he kind of pulls him down. Do they usually call that? No. Would they call that in a playoff game? No. They called it tonight for some reason, and they let a lot go, by the way. I thought the officiating against both teams was horrifically bad. The biggest difference, though, is Chicago made Edmonton pay. Chicago was scoring on the power play. The Oilers did not score on theirs. My apologies. But that was the turning point. Edmonton got down 2-1, and you could, it's like the whole team deflated. During the playoffs last year, we didn't see the team deflate too much. If they had a lead and then they got down or whatever, the team stayed even keel during the entire postseason. So far this year, it's like they get down 1 or 2 goals and they just they decide to just not play their game at all. They don't play structured defense. They're not committing to what you need to do in the neutral zone to break up plays. And the offense, it looked like shinny hockey for quite a bit of that second period, and not a good way. Like, sometimes shinny hockey can look good if your team is just so much better than the other team. In this situation, it was not like a Harlem Globetrotter situation. The Oilers were truly struggling at generating much against Chicago. And Chicago was content to just sit back, block shots, keep things to the outside, allow Mrazek to make some saves, which, by the way, Peter Mrazek makes some big saves. If you're a Chicago fan, you should be very happy with Peter Mrazek's play. Connor Bedard, I thought, looked great for the Blackhawks as well. And my apologies, Mochi is looking to play right now, so I'm going to grab a pen and let her kind of play with this and start biting it because she's trying to bite my hand. We're going to try and get Mochi in one of these videos, by the way. She is such an adorable kitty. We love her so much. Everyone who is watching this, please make sure in the comments you say hi to Mochi. She would appreciate it. But as I was saying, the Oilers, they weren't in control of this game. And even when they were pushing in the third period down by 3, they were down 4-1. They still weren't in control. Draisaitl made it 4-2, and the Oilers continued to push the play, but they weren't really getting the looks that you expect a team with this type of offense to be able to get. There were positives, though. We can talk about the negatives. We can focus on the goaltending, which Calvin Pickard, not good, not a good game from him. But there were positives in the Oilers game tonight. Number one being the bottom 6. I thought Derek Ryan and Corey Perry looked phenomenal. I thought they were the 2 best players on the ice once again for the second game in a row. That's a good sign. If the bottom 6 keeps playing the way they have, they're going to start generating offense very soon. Corey Perry did score a goal tonight. Jeff Skinner got his first assist on it. It was just after a power play expired for Edmonton. The second unit was out there. But the top 6 right now, they looked better, but they're still not playing the way we expected them to. I will say, though, I really, really like Victor Arvidsson's game. I think Victor Arvidsson has looked phenomenal in Game 1 and Game 2. I think him and Draisaitl are a really good fit. Arvidsson did have a goal called back, goal interference in the third period. He clearly shoved the defender into Peter Mrazek. That was like the easiest goal to call back. I agreed with it right away. During the live stream commentary, usually when the Oilers score, I'm all hype. I will scream like, he scores. That one, I was like, he scores. Like, because I had a feeling that goal was coming back. I had a feeling that was not going to count. It did not, but I like that tenacity from Arvidsson. I would rather a player push the defenders like that. I would rather them be gritty and physical than play on the perimeter. And Victor Arvidsson is someone who's been great with puck possession. He's been great at chasing pucks in corners, going after defenders, making life miserable for defensemen. And that's another thing I want to talk about. One of the things we talked about on the live stream tonight was, what is Edmonton's identity? This is a big question that we're going to talk about on Monday in our day after discussion of the weekend games. But I'm going to also mention it now because I want to know what your thoughts on this are. What is Edmonton's identity this season? Now, teams with an identity, it's usually like, oh, maybe this team is a trap team. Maybe this team is an offensively skilled team. Maybe this team is a fast team. Maybe this team is a slow team, but they're very disciplined and structured. There are physical teams. There are special teams. What are the Oilers? We haven't seen what they are. They're not a fast team, so they're not a skilled team either. Like, they have skill, but you know what I mean? What is their identity? They're not physical. If you look at the hit stats on the left side of the screen here, the Oilers had 9 hits all game. Chicago was on the second half of a back-to-back, and there were 24 hits thrown total in this game between both teams. A far cry from the near 100 hits per game in the postseason. And again, I don't expect teams to throw 100 hits combined during the regular season every game. Like, you're just going to wear yourself out. I get that. But for the Edmonton Oilers, they're not hitting a lot right now. They're not blocking a lot of shots. Look at the block shot stat. Like, Chicago was doing everything they could to get in the shooting lanes of Peter Mrazek. The Oilers, they're giving up the lane a lot to shooters, and the goaltenders are not making the save. I would be comfortable with not blocking shots if the Edmonton's goaltending in the first 2 games has shown that, they can make the save, and these should be saves. I would say 3 or 4 of the 5 goals for Chicago tonight should have been stopped by Pickard. And again, against Winnipeg as well. Stuart Skinner probably should have saved 4 out of the 5 that went by him. But if you know that your goaltenders are a little shaky right now, a little bit of Swiss cheese going on, maybe, just maybe, get in the shooting lane of everything and make life miserable. If someone is in the offensive zone, why are the Oilers not making life miserable? It should be hard. It should be hard to play against you. It should be hard to generate offense. It should be hard to score a goal. Right now, the Oilers are having moments where they do make life miserable, but it's not consistent enough. We're just looking for a little bit of consistency here, and luckily for us as fans, luckily for the players, there's not a lot of time to steam on this loss because Edmonton plays tomorrow against the Calgary Flames, who will also be on the second half of a back-to-back. There is no advantage for Calgary or Edmonton tomorrow night. Last I checked, I actually don't know if Calgary won. I'm going to quickly check the score here while I have it up. Did Calgary win tonight? Calgary beat the Philadelphia Flyers 6-3. So it's going to be a tough game for Edmonton. Calgary is looking good so far. And it's really funny. In my preseason or my season preview, I was like, you know what? Calgary probably a bad team. They'll finish near the bottom of the Pacific. Vancouver and Edmonton, those are your top teams. Well, Vancouver and Edmonton don't have a win yet. Obviously, it's a small sample size. The big thing right now is I won't be concerned about how this team looks and the results until we've seen about 8 games played. An 8-game sample size is when I'll start to truly look at this team, and we're going to look at it. I will break down numbers, and we're going to be like, okay, what is this team? But until then, hopefully the Oilers can get in the win column. Let's get a win tomorrow and end Thanksgiving weekend on a high note before they play, I believe, Philly on Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday Edmonton plays Philly, which I look forward to. I will not be live streaming during the game tomorrow night. My work schedule does not permit it. However, like I said, I will have a pregame report up in the morning for all of you, and then I will have the post-game live show on Game Over Edmonton. So after the game, I will, do my live show, Game Over Edmonton, link in the description. Make sure you click that, go subscribe, show a lot of support. And then after the live show, I will have a post-game recap just like this one on this channel as well. None of the content that I'm doing for Game Over Edmonton is going to affect this channel. Everything that you see on my channel daily will remain the same. So if you're concerned about that, I don't think any of you are, but that's just something I wanted to address because I think it's important to address. Also, I do have a Discord channel now. So if you do want to join the Discord, join a very positive, uplifting community or be part, even more engaged with the community, you can join the Discord. I will leave a link to that in the description as well. All right, that's enough self-promotion. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. We are pushing towards 4 1,000 subscribers. We eclipsed 3,900 subscribers tonight, which is phenomenal. Everyone that shows support all the time truly means the world. If I don't see you tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving weekend. I hope it is very special. I hope it is full of love and food. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, that is, here in Canada. So thank you so much. Sending all my love and support. Tell someone that you love them for me. Fight like a kid. Fight like Ben, as always. We'll see you tomorrow in the pregame report between the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames. Take care, Oil Country. Have a good one.